30 reportedly left homeless as fire destroys homes in Majesty Gardens. A fire of unknown origin razed several houses in Majesty Gardens early Saturday morning, reportedly leaving up to 30 residents, including women and children, homeless.
See me after 12. I hear fire. When I hear fire and jump up, I come out. See the building in front of me ablaze. By the time I go in my head and come back, I tell you, say the fire out of control, couldn't save nothing. Burn to the ground, not even suit of clothes. I want my cousin to give me the clothes of bed and put on. Nothing at all. Not all. Baby uniform, everything burn up. Nothing at all we not save. But I see what we MP are going to do for we now, because when every time them thing happen, all the thing them come and do, write down them, take information, then we not see them after to when time, voting time come, and that can't work. That can't work. We never step up and give we put a helping hand to we. A time for them help we and bring a place and fix up them place now.
Quarry Hill St. Catherine resident gunned down. A man was gunned down in Quarry Hill St. Catherine last night. He is 24-year-old construction worker Zidan Donor, who lived in the community. It is reported that about 8 o'clock, explosions were heard near a church in the community, and checks revealed Donor suffering from gunshot wounds. He was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The shooting is being investigated by the Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch. 2 shot, 1 fatal in Manchester. A man was killed and another injured following a gun attack at a makeshift bar in Hillside, Knockpatrick, Manchester on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as Ricardo Williams, otherwise called Ricky, a resident of Hillside. This incident occurred just over 2 months after Williams' brothers, Sanjay and Andre Williams, were charged with the murder of 46-year-old Kevin Brown, also known as Trees, on Green Street, Knockpatrick. According to preliminary reports, around 9 p.m., Williams and another man were at the bar when gunmen opened fire on them. Both were taken to the hospital where Williams was pronounced dead, and the other man was admitted for treatment. A resident who requested anonymity expressed concern over the ongoing violence in the area.
Ongoing problem, but constantly in this area. And we need to stop. We definitely need to stop. Because the persons who are conscious and persons who are not giving problems need to go out, and when this happens, it puts a damper on the persons who are legitimate working persons, and like a Friday night like this now, who wouldn't want to go out to the bar or have a drink or something. When this happens, it put the curfew is placed on us. And we are hardworking people, and these young guys who are giving problems around this area, we want the police to really get out and get them, because it's giving too much problems. They're giving too much problems around here, man. And this is an ongoing problem we need to solve.
This marks the second murder in Manchester in a week. Last Friday, Almost Technical High School bus driver Ron Gentles was shot dead on the school's compound in northeast Manchester. Since the start of the year, 46 people have been killed in Manchester.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness was in Parliament last week and informed the House that the Spark programme would officially get off to a start in mid-December. The $45 billion programme will span 3 fiscal years. Over that time, work will be carried out on 60 kilometers of main roads and approximately 600 kilometers of priority roads across all constituencies. The roads have been selected through community consultations.
This is about investing in our local and community roads. In other words, Mr. Speaker, this is the investment that will impact the lives of the ordinary Jamaicans. The road that passes your gate.
Prime Minister Holness says a structured maintenance system is also being put in place with its own budget to ensure the roads don't fall back into disrepair. The government is also utilizing the opportunity of Spark to carry out an assessment of the country's full network of roads.
The next step from that is to work out what is the state of repair of all the roads. Then, from that, we work out what would be the budget necessary to bring all the roads up to an acceptable state of repairs, and over how many budgets you will have to do that.
Another announcement of the Prime Minister is the approval of over $1.3 billion from members of Parliament to undertake their annual end-of-year routine maintenance of community infrastructure. Each constituency will receive $22 million, and the program will be managed by the National Works Agency and the National Solid Waste Management Authority.
This is a routine initiative, including strict oversight, ensuring funds are utilized efficiently for road clearance, drain cleaning, garbage collection, and sanitation.
Meanwhile, Dr. Holness reveals that the preliminary cost of damage to roads from Tropical Storm Raphael is $647 million, with 58 roads being affected. Of that figure, he says $311 million is required for immediate road clearance and repairs. The Prime Minister says repairs will be done under the Hurricane Burial Reach program from its $300 million allocation.
Members of Parliament are therefore advised to prudently use the funds to maximize value and impact. I have directed the National Works Agency to accelerate technical assessments, enabling swift governmental decisions for community access and restoration of the access. The Ministry of Local Government and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management are already on the ground providing support to affected residents.
Consensus has been reached on the roads to receive priority attention in the constituency of St. Andrew West Central, for which the Prime Minister is a Member of Parliament. Mr. Holness took recommendations from residents and political representatives during a Spark consultation and Community Development Fund (CDF) town hall last Thursday.
The new thrust of the government is to, as far as possible, include the citizens in allocation and expenditure decisions. And that means that particularly where the expenditure has to do with community matters, that there should be a process where the beneficiaries, the ultimate beneficiaries, have a say in how this allocation and expenditure should be done.
During the town hall meeting, Mr. Holness also paid tribute to Councillor Christopher Townsend of the constituency who passed away last week.
He was considered family, and his untimely death has left a real chasm in the West Central community.
Over in St. Thomas, Prime Minister Holness asserted that developments such as the Morant Bay Urban Centre would help to build a good economy. He was addressing stakeholders and residents during a tour of the construction site for the urban centre.
So we invited all of the stakeholders here today to see what the new economy of St. Thomas will look like. This is about creating an atmosphere where every Jamaican and everybody from St. Thomas can come and do business. Here we are hoping to carry industries that will employ people from your communities, that will give you income in your pocket. What you are seeing here is just the start. We are going to be building houses in these areas.
On Friday, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness enrolled and received his identification and card under the National Identification System, NIDS.
I'm encouraging all Jamaicans to participate in this very important chapter in our nation's history, where every Jamaican can have a secured national ID.
300 people who were enrolled in the pilot phase of NIDS will begin receiving their cards this week. The card provides a reliable and secure way of verifying a person's identity.
The verification of identification is almost instantaneous. And therefore, the law that supports the ID says that if you present your ID, no other form of identification is required, because this card has the ability to verify your identity on the spot. 99
newly minted inspectors of the Jamaica Constabulary Force (JCF) are being charged to be examples of the transformation that's taking place within the force. The officers are graduates of the JCF's Inspector Development course.
As inspectors, you will now stand as role models for officers who look to you for guidance, upholding the highest standards of the JCF. The responsibility is substantial, but I am confident that each and every one of you is ready, willing, and fully prepared to excel in this role.
Dr. Holness encouraged the graduates to be active contributors to a renewed transformative vision of the JCF to strengthen national security, build safer communities, and enhance public trust in law enforcement agencies. Wrapping up the week were courtesy calls from representatives of the World Bank and representatives of Jiangsu Shuanghai Construction Company Limited. That's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us